All right, I'm gonna be desensitizing Atlas to some plastic. So he's already seen this. It's the plastic pool float. But now I'm gonna work doing the same kind of thing I did with the surcingle and just have him be in protected contact, be on his own, and kind of just be desensitized with it, kind of at his pace. So if he wants to leave, he can. If he gets too worried, he can just move his feet, and then I'm not in his way too if he gets worried. So I just hold it up, let him target it with his nose, and then I'm gonna click and feed, and then I brought it up toward his head and he was fine with that, and then I click and feed that. And then I'm just gonna kind of work my way down. You can see he's really tense right there. So he's bringing his head up, he's tilting, or his neck up, he's tilting his head, he's got both ears back, so he wasn't super comfortable with that. So pretty much with all my desensitizing with Atlas, I need to slow it down a bit. But this is the right process. I'm just doing it a bit too fast. So I should have just had him look at it, click him for looking at it, click him for coming up on his own and touching it, and then having him target it while he's standing still, then go ahead and touch him with it. So it depends on your horse, but you don't want to skip those steps, because it shouldn't be you stand still while I put this on you. It should be the horse wants to touch it because he's not afraid of it and that he knows that he can earn a treat for that. So but I've moved on to his neck here, and he's handling that pretty well. And I'm just taking the plastic pull float away like when I go ahead to feed him. So I'm not gonna throw it on the ground or like hide it behind my back or anything. I'm just gonna take it off of him. If your horse is a lot more worried of it, you're gonna have to start further back. So maybe have it on the ground, fold it up, and then click him for looking at it, click him for coming toward it, and then you can slowly bring it closer to him and while you're rewarding the whole time. So, but he's already used to seeing it. He's seen it move and knows that it makes noise. So he's already been somewhat introduced before I just go ahead and stick it on him. But you can tell like he doesn't want to line up close to the fence. He's doing like a little half-hearted side pass to the fence. So that's going to be your another clue that he's not super comfortable with it. He's saying like, I'm not so sure about that. Because it can still be a bit claustrophobic for the horse, even though he's not like being squeezed between anything, but just being up against something can be scary for them. So that's just something to think about. So if they're being hesitant with their cues, I would go ahead and figure out why that is. That's going to be a clue to you that you're going a bit too fast. So, but we're just going to work on his neck here. And again, like in my other videos, I feel like I'm a bit too like goal oriented. Like my goal was like, I need to put this over his back. I want this on his back. I want him to carry it around. And I just kind of wanted to rush through it a bit. So I need to slow it down, make sure that he's solid with every single step before I move on. So gonna ask him to go to the other side here. So I'm just having him follow my hand target. So he's gonna straighten out, and then from that position, I'll ask him to side pass over on his left side. So I'll ask him over here. That was pretty good. That was a really nice side pass over, actually. So usually he's a bit more confident on his right side, but he has a really nice side pass as long as I go slow enough with him. So there, let him touch it on his own. So I'll click and reinforce that. That looked really good. Approach it, or bring it up and then let him target it again. And then I'll go ahead and touch him on the face with it there. This is better. This is more of a pace that I should have started with on the other side. Bring it up. Let him touch his face to it. I kind of closed the gap there. That looked pretty good. He's still like, he kept chewing the whole time. His ears are moving. He didn't look super tense. I would like him a bit closer to the fence, but not too bad here. But it's important to like give him a break, let him chew the food before you bring it back up right away, because you want to give him a minute to think it through, and it's not constant like touch this, put this on you, and it's not too much for him. So I give him a break to chew and stuff, and then we put the tarp back on him.